Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're looking at Happymodel's Crux 35 HD. I'm Jeff with Titan FPV, and you're going to acquire some knowledge today. This is the DJI version. It's running the Caddx Vista with the Nebula Nano V2 camera. It's got the Happymodel 20x20 12 amp all-in-one ExpressLRS equipped flight controller ESC. It's running these Happymodel 1404 3500 kV motors. These HQ 3x5x2x3 props. It's got a left-hand circular polarized antenna, and it does come with a mount for a SMO 4K or naked GoPro. As I stated, this is the ExpressLRS version. It has the 2.4 gigahertz ExpressLRS onboard SPI receiver. It does have an XT30 with a 16 volt, 100 microfarad capacitor. I did add this zip tie for some strain relief on the XT30 connection. And it has this incredibly large battery strap. There's not a battery pad. All right, let's get away for you guys. Looks like the dry weight's coming in at 111 grams with this Tattoo 750 4S. It's coming in at 195.2 grams. It does fly like a much smaller quad, and with the 4S 750, I was easily getting over 5 minutes. So it is very efficient. And I've seen people get, I believe, 13, 15 minutes on like an 1100. I believe Happymodel states on their website you can run up to 1100. Let's see what else comes in the box, or in this case, the pouch with the Crux 35 HD. So you do get this nice case. The drone will fit in there without props on there. So if you're going to get an extra set of props, a hex key, some extra screws, and it does come with a quick start guide. I have seen quite a few reviews of this model, but all of those have been the analog version. Like I said, it does come in both DJI and analog. The difference is the DJI version has the Caddx Vista with the Nebula Nano, and the analog version is running the Caddx Ant, as well as the Happymodel open source VTX. I believe it's 300 milliwatts. It's running Open VTX. Another difference that you will find, there is an FrSky SPI version. I don't recommend that one. You're going to get much better range with the ExpressLRS version. ExpressLRS version does have a 12 amp ESC. The FrSky version has a 20 amp ESC. I run ExpressLRS 2.4, so I picked up this version. I was pleasantly surprised. This is only the second model I have flown with DJI. Everybody talks how bad the Nebula Nano V2 is. I didn't find it to be that horrible. I'll post a link here in the video description. I ended up swapping this camera out for the Caddx Polar Nano. This frame only accepts nano-sized cameras. And as you'll see between the two mounting plates, this is adjustable, so you can slide this mounting screw forward if you need to reposition the FPV camera, but you are limited to nano-sized camera. Without modifications, you wouldn't be able to run the DJI camera or the Nebula Pro. TPU prints are okay. I did notice that the back one is a little bit rough. Happymodel does offer these files on their website. I'll post a link in the video description if you want to print these in a different color or filament of your choice. This is, I believe, Happymodel's own antenna. This is not a traditional Vista antenna. The motors are not soldered. They are plugged into the board, so if you need to swap those out, you can easily do that. It does fly like a much lighter quad compared to something like my Apex, my 4-inch Apex. This is the first 3.5 inch I've flown, but this flies more like a toothpick. It is a bottom mount battery. You do have a lot of prop in view, like a lot of prop. If you're a racer, I mean, that's not a big deal. but if you don't like props in view, this is definitely not the quad for you. That rhymes. Based on previous experience with Happymodel, their quality is somewhat less to be desired, but I did find with this particular drone itself, as well as the frame, it is chamfered. So, and the carbon looks like it's got a nice weave on it. It's pretty stiff, but I was overall impressed with the quality of this specific bind and fly versus something like the Mobula or the other offerings from Happy, like the Larva X, if you remember that drone. It just feels premium with these chamfered edges. They did use the Emax tape to secure the motor wires down. That's a nice touch. Like I said, the 3D prints could be better. That's something that can easily be rectified if you have a printer. Most of us do. Another thing I did notate, the Vista is mounted to the top plate with these screws. These are not recessed. As you see, they don't really meet up flush with the frames. You could use something like a button head or a different type of screw. Other than that, I didn't fly this with an action camera. I have original Insta360 Go as well as a naked GoPro. I may slap the naked GoPro Hero 6 I've got on top. I flew it primarily on this Tattoo R-Line 754S. It did fit okay. Like I said, it doesn't have a battery pad, but the strap is a little bit large for this specific size. I mean, you can see it does fit, but you know, you do have some extra strap there. Not a big deal. I've got plenty of these race day quads. I think it's 150 millimeter straps. I did swap this one out at one point and it fits much better in there. Another takeaway from me, like I said, this is running ExpressLRS. DJI doesn't do the full OSD, the full canvas mode OSD in Betaflight like SharkBite or Analog does. Generally, I run LQ as my primary source of signal for ExpressLRS and my OSD. For DJI, you could set, like you set Crossfire manually to a channel, and then you, in the receiver tab of Betaflight, you're going to select that channel to manually throw up RSSI in your OSD. So you could assign a channel in Crossfire so you could get LQ over RSSI. Betaflight, as of I think like 4.1, is going to just go ahead and bring over your RSSI automatically. So this one will show RSSI. I wasn't really worried about a failsafe. My RC link was going as far as my video was. The analog version, you can run LQ and get that in your OSD. This quad really surprised me. As I stated, I was happily surprised that the build quality is much better than previous iterations from Happymodel. So if you're looking at something in this class, this would be a solid option. They do offer this, like I said, an analog version, and you can just pick up the frame. I believe it's $19 for the frame itself. Consider picking that up initially and dropping SharkBite on it. So I hope this video was informative, guys. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and we'll catch you in the next one.